What's up, everybody? This is your host, AC Slater. Listen to another episode of That Damn Podcast, that DC Anime Marvel Podcast. And I'm back again with my co-host. Say what's up to the people.
What's going on, guys? Nick Mal, as always. If you enjoy nonsensical games, indie games, or even anime games, feel free to join my channel, Nick Mal Streaming on Twitch, as well as Nick Mal Graham on Instagram. Soon to be Technical Difficulties, TECHNICKAL, and I will see you on over there.
Chris Instructors, Gerard Fitness Lifestyle. If you're into fitness, words of affirmation, as well as meal plans for set for your daily lives or daily weeks as it is, and then following up until what we have summer, which is coming up, guys. If you need to look shredded, feel free to hit the about page of my channel. That's Gerard Fitness Lifestyle, where I talk about words of affirmation through any DC or anime characters, or just looking for workouts just to improve your lives throughout your day, fitness, and quotes wise. Feel free to hit about page my channel. And without further ado, let's get into it.
All right. First of all, how y'all doing?
Yeah, same
Awesome.
stuff, nothing new.
So, y'all already know I'm going to kick it off into my mixed reviews and stuff like that. First, let's actually get into some Marvel. All right. Now, let's talk about Spider-Man. All right. Check it out. Tony Revolori. Do we know who that is? No.
I'm not familiar.
All right. Tony Revolori is Flash Thompson. This is the guy. Did you ever see any of the Spider-Man movies, Nick?
I saw the old Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
But none of the new Spider-Man movies.
Nothing that I could actually talk to you about. Like, not that I, like, if you were to, like, start telling me shit about Spider-Man, I'd be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
We're gonna have to catch you up, my brother. You feel me? They're available to watch. We gotta catch
Tobey
you up.
Maguire is good, but Andrew Garfield, you can skip that, and definitely give shout out to Tom Holland.
100%. But so, anyways, he says the goal for Flash Thompson is to become Agent Venom in Spider-Man Brand New Day. He said, we'll see if it ever happens. All right.
Now, I have a theory on that. I'm glad you brought this up. Now, this MCU, I don't know what they were thinking. I think they just speed run this. To be honest, I don't know if they were high. I mean, it's understandable, but this casting with Flash Thompson in the MCU, yeah, I just can't. But if this is Sony we're talking about, technically they can bring back Joel Manganiello. I don't know if I'm butchering his last name, but Joel Manganiello, he could be Flash Thompson. Now he was a better accurate version. If they could if they could put that character as Flash Thompson, I would agree.
Now, which Flash are you speaking? Are you talking about from Toby's Flash, or are you talking about Andrew's Flash?
Definitely Toby.
No, Andrew's better.
Andrew,
Let me tell you why.
I could play
Andrew's
that.
Andrew's Flash actually displayed kindness when he found out about Peter Duncan. He said, when he got hemmed up on that locker, and he was like, "Yo, let it out." He was like, "It feels good, don't it?"
Flash always puts it in even
But
before.
not even like no, like because like we never even seen nothing else from the bully of Flash from Toby. So it couldn't even really be him. I mean, it could, but it couldn't at the same time. They had to make all that up. At least we seen Andrews do something.
True. But it could. Well, who was that actor? I can't never remember. Can't even remember. But I believe this is a great opportunity for Joel Manganiello, in my opinion, and Tobey
Mm.
Maguire Spider-Verse.
Mm.
Put him as Agent Venom.
But speaking of Spider-Man, they said apparently Spider-Man will mostly be masked up in Avengers Doomsday with Tom Holland's voiceover. This is a rumor. Right? They said there's multiple insiders that he's just gonna be voiced over. They said Tom ain't gonna be there. His voice will, but somebody else gonna be inside the suit. I'm not sure if that's actually true or not, and this is just weird, but we don't really know. And speaking of like Andrew Garfield, we were speaking about earlier. Andrew revealed that he has one condition to return as Spider-Man, and this is weird to me, but it's whatever. He said, "I think it will have to be very weird. I think I would like to do something very strange." Huh.
Yeah, his demands. I mean, I say to myself, bro, you're even lucky to be in this universe that we even had from No Way Home. You even coming back will benefit more of Sony than you. So I guess your your demands, yeah, we'll see if they even thought about or you as the character.
I'm not even sure what to say about that. Maybe he means with Doctor Strange. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's what he means. Very strange. Maybe he's being like, 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 you know, insiderish like that. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. Hey, but all right. Now let's talk about this rumor. Okay, the rumor is Franklin Richards will beat Doctor Doom, and his powers will be used to reboot the MCU. What do we think about that?
It actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, I know that they're looking to redo the MCU since they kind of been fucking up a little bit. Granted, so here's the thing. I'm trying to like looking at the Fantastic Four the way it is now, like the way they're portraying it. It seems very much like it's in a separate time period. So with that all said and established, I kind of get the vibe like because like it seems so separate from the rest of the movies. The only thing I can think is that the movie's gonna end with like Doctor Doom doing some kind of crazy shit, and then redoing the MCU, and then we're gonna get all new movies going forward. So they're gonna basically reboot it. That's at least my theory in the matter. That makes a lot of sense.
Now,
I could see maybe more of a team collaboration instead of maybe like a one solo character actually defeating a big bad. Like I'd rather see that in action come to play versus just a newborn child, or maybe if they like yeah, like a newborn child, or even you know Franklin Richards even having the W with that win.
now, let me show you guys the being that is Franklin Richards. Um, Nick, are you familiar?
With Franklin Richards, no, I'm not.
All right,
You
all
are
right. Let
good.
me see it. All right, you guys there?
Yep, got it.
All right.
Who is Franklin Richards and how powerful he is? Franklin Richards is a fictional character in the Marvel Comics universe. He is the son of Reed and Sue Richards, also known as Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman, two prominent members of the Fantastic Four. Franklin has the power of reality manipulation, meaning he can manipulate reality itself to his will. He is considered one of the most powerful mutants in the Marvel universe, and his powers are often compared to those of the Phoenix Force. As a child, he was regularly due to his ability to warp reality. Due to guidance and teaching from his parents, Franklin has gained better knowledge and control of his powers and is stronger than ever that have allowed him to do unbelievable things like making Galactus his herald, killing a Celestial with just one punch, recreating multiverse and creating a box that could control Black Bolt's voice and allow him to speak normally. What do you think of this character?
In Marvel, there's a lot of characters that are usually named when the topic of the strongest characters in comics comes up. We can think of guys like Thor, the Beyonder, the Living Tribunal, Eternity, and even Thanos wielding the Infinity Gauntlet, but Franklin Richards could easily make that list and even get the top spot. Franklin Richards is the son of Reed Richards and Susan Storm, and also is a beyond Omega level mutant with vast reality manipulating powers. He has the ability to control the fundamental forces of the universe and alter reality at will. He can create pocket universes, rearrange the molecular structure of matter itself, rebuild an entire multiverse, repair stars, among many other things. He's also defeated Mephisto as a toddler and resurrected Galactus and became his herald. Franklin Richards is considered the most powerful mutant to ever exist thanks to his reality distortion powers, and cosmic entities like Galactus and the others describe him as a being whom the Celestials felt was on par with themselves.
Well, what do you guys think about that?
God damn, kid could blow his fucking nose and end up wiping out a universe.
Yeah.
Not for nothing, seeing him with those guns, I'm like, oh, that's a mistake waiting to happen. This kid can make anything happen. He's got toy guns. He's gonna blow away grandma by accident.
He's done some crazy stuff, bro. Like, let me see.
Franklin Richards is one of the most overpowered characters in the history of Marvel Comics. Check this out. So this guy named Jonathan Hickman basically starts writing Fantastic Four, and you end up learning that these Celestials from an alternate reality invade the main Marvel universe so they can conquer it and then move on to the next one and do the same. So the first person to try to stop them is Galactus. The three Celestials merge and they kill Galactus on the spot. Now following that, Susan Storm of the Fantastic Four has a force field doing what she can to try to keep her family alive, and then Franklin Richards from the future comes to the past. He borrows the powers of his younger self. He resurrects Galactus from the dead in one of the greatest moments where he's like, "To me, my Galactus!" And with the two of them using their power together, what follows is one of the most spectacular ass whoopings in the history of Marvel Comics. It was absolutely amazing. They demolished the Celestials. Make sure you guys follow for more.
Yeah, between him being that powerful, he's probably gonna be the reason why they even have to leave that Earth in the first place. He's like, "Well, my son's too powerful. We can't stop this. Yeah, we're gonna have to go somewhere else. Leave this planet to die." Because that's essentially what it is. You know, that's the whole reason why he even, out of all planets, he came to Earth.
Do we think that Doom potentially is trying to stop him from even coming to existence?
That's saying if Doom even knows this kid's going to exist.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to maybe, like I say, survival of the fittest, whatever world conquers what. And once he's in the picture, I think he's gonna shit his pants.
Mm. Mm. Well, we'll see about that one. Now, for my next point, I just reset everything about my CEO. Hold up. All right. All right. Now, I actually want to show this thing. Oh, let me go back to it. Yeah. All right. Crunchyroll CEO. All right, I'm saying again. Crunchyroll CEO states that AI will not be used in the anime productions. Now, this is pretty interesting, okay? So anime is really, or AI is pretty heating up right now, especially with the Studio Ghibli going on. We know everything that's going on surrounding that generally, all right? Now it says Crunchyroll, a leading global platform for anime, has firmly stated its commitment to human creativity in anime production, explicitly ruling out the use of AI intelligence in core creative processes like voice acting. I don't know about voice acting. I kind of feel like I could deal with that one, maybe. I thought it was about the artwork per se, not necessarily the voice acting. You know what I'm
In
saying?
my
Like,
opinion, anything that they can do to try to cut costs, they'll do. So if they can have AI voice actors and AI artists, why not? They'll save them so much money. Now, I think AI is dangerous simply for the fact that it's going to end up killing jobs. Though I think using AI as a tool to improve someone else's work isn't necessarily a bad thing. So if they have a crew come in and do like a general work and then have AI wrap it up just to save time and money, that's all well and good, just as long as it's not killing anybody's job.
Yeah. It says in a recent interview with Forbes, CEO Rahul Parini, they said Parini, yeah, CEO Rahul Parini expressed the company's solidarity with creators in Japan and worldwide who strive to maintain the authenticity of anime. And I quote, "We are not considering AI in the creative process, including our voice actors. We consider them to be creators because they are contributing to the story and plot with their voice," Purini declared. While acknowledging the potential of AI in back-end operations such as the content discovery, personalized recommendations, and enhancing the overall user experience, Purini made it unequivocally clear that these technologies will not encroach upon the artistic elements of anime creation. This stance echoes Purini's previous statements regarding the complexities of dubbing, even discussing the crucial need to accelerate subtitle production across multiple languages to combat piracy and deliver episodes closer to their Japanese premiere. He expressed reservations about AI's ability to handle the creativity. All right. He expressed the reservations about AI's ability to handle the creative adaptation of regional nuances and adherence to quality dubbing. In other words, basically, he's saying that he's trying to get the dubbing to be right on par with the raw because AI they believe people are pirating or contributing to pirating because it takes so long to get it dubbed and they're only really treating the Japanese audience specifically. And so it's a lot of people
I
that's
mean, that's
dubbing.
a fair take. Granted, I mean, people want this
Yeah,
anime, they
yeah.
want this content. If it has to be pirated in order to get it, I can see why people would do that.
Yeah, because we'll do a machine translation if we don't get it fast enough.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see that being an issue, but sometimes when we run into the issue, I think the most, especially with a lot of content nowadays with English sub or indeed even with dub or even in the manga, is that the adaptations it be different and it be wrong. Either be different or they be wrong or inaccurate. Especially with the last
Just saying,
podcast.
the machine translations are always trash,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you recognize it from the jump. You be like, "What is this sub?" Yeah, it's a machine translation. It's crap.
yeah. So my question would that be: would you rather take a crap, but the translation is accurate, or would you rather have a translator, but their translation is inaccurate? Which one would you rather have?
Neither, bro. It's like, what the fuck? I don't want bad translations. Like, here's the fact. The fact is, here's the thing.
Because if a machine can translate it, but it's completely accurate, but you don't like it. But however, if someone that you trusted, well, someone that you well know, is translating something from, let's say, Japanese or Chinese language, but it's inaccurate, then it's kind of, I'm kind of getting the sort of to stick with this AI then.
Not necessarily, bro, because a lot of times you speak into your phone and they didn't hear exactly what you said. You
Well,
like, no, I didn't say that.
that's a Siri now, but let's say like 20, 30, or 40, and it's like,
No, 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 no. We can't speed it up because that's the fact. The fact is, and I was just gonna
or
speak
even
about
with
that.
fast growing technology, like even today. Like some of them are accurate, some of them, like you say with Siri, yes, of course. I didn't say that, of course, but I'm saying with others per se.
But at that point, they just gonna install translators in everybody's phone, and they're just gonna come out to the English voice or dubbing by itself on any video.
Mhm. Let's see if you see.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the need to do that if all they got to do is install an auto translation app inside of the video option for it to detect that hey, it's playing in a different language. Let me go ahead Ain't gonna do that. And now don't get me wrong, that's the same thing as AI, specifically machine translating it. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, we have to wait for people to, to officially do it. But remember, we're in a generation where we don't like to wait no more. We were just talking about this the other day when I said that Netflix is low key killing people or the dopamine because we want things right away. It's just literally the same thing.
Yeah, you get everything at once, and then we have to wait about 3 or 4 years later.
So the fact is, if they really want to pay humans, they gotta reevaluate their pay schedule in order to get the people paid first before the content is even made or something.
Right.
Because remember, if the episode come out, but we gotta wait for the English people or we gotta wait for the sub people to actually make it or something like that. Now we're playing a catch up game because everybody already done seen it in Japanese already and they spoiling it. And the people who are Japanese who know English as well are translating it or translating it, already over there and it's being spoiled, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. And now we can't even watch the episode because they understand what's going on and we don't understand it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I feel that way with the God, the Demon Slayer movie, part one that's coming out. Of course, Japan first, and then we'll get it like 2 months or 2.5 months after them. And then they get to
Mm-hmm.
watch it, see it first, and enjoy it, do their reviews, and now we have to wait 2.5 months later.
Mm-hmm. And just like Nick said, yeah, like that I can understand why he believes that is a good reason for why piracy does exist, but it's not the only one. It definitely ain't the only one. Is it a good start?
To
Yes.
be fair, I feel like another reason why piracy exists is simply for the public's respect to a company. So, like, my whole thought, like, for example, I'm not encouraging this, but when it comes down to, like, say, emulation, right, like Switch games, I can definitely see there being an argument where people are like, yeah, fuck Nintendo, they treat their customers like shit, so why should we bother buying their games? Or even when it comes into Ubisoft, the whole thing of, like, where I said, if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. So in that same regard, I feel like if you respect a company, if you respect a team, you're going to want to give them your money in support. If you don't respect them, you're not going to want to give them your money, and you may go ahead and go for more pirated means as not only a way of being able to indulge in the content, but also being able to give them the finger.
Okay. My only issue with that is that if we know the content's good, and because other countries are saying it's good, but we can't get it, that kind of leaves me with a fu to, I guess, to the country almost, and to me almost, because well, damn, I'm enjoying your content, but I can't get it unless I go VPN mode, damn near.
Because they're not catering to worldwide audiences.
Mhm.
Like they cater to theirs first. But when you do that, the pirates have an issue because you have worldwide fans.
Yeah,
And when you
I
cater
want,
to
I
yours
want
first,
them to support like all artists, no matter what it is. You know, manhwa, exactly. But if we get blocked, then it's kind of like unfair.
pirates exist because things are usually unfair.
Okay.
That's the
Point
reason why
taken.
pirates exist.
Point
Like when
taken.
pirates seek freedom. The fact is, if you treat your audiences worldwide like secondary, and you take your time and dilly dally on your subtitle translations to different cultures and audiences and everything, they're going to feel second like second nature or second rate fans. We already feel that way when it comes to the games on the Japanese Play Store, on Asia Play Store. I don't know if y'all ever been to Asia Play Store. It's magnificent.
And where is this exactly?
It's on PlayStation.
Oh, okay. When you say Play Store, I'm like, are we talking the Google Play Store? Are we talking an actual shop? Like, what are we talking?
No, yeah.
Their version of Play Store.
Yes. There's a lot of games that don't get translated
At all, but it probably is.
that are beautiful.
When I say good, I mean it's good.
So I know that sometimes it takes money. They don't have funding and things of that nature and stuff. But if you don't even give us a chance to fund something, you know what I'm saying? If you don't even give us the chance to even know about it or something like that, but you release it only catering to one audience, it might have actually caught traction over here. But you released it to your people only, but now you don't have money to do a really English translation. That means to me that you marketed to the wrong people.
Every time I see this, I always think, well, is it money issues? Is it politics? Or is this they don't give a damn? Hopefully it's just money issues.
Well, here's the fact. Some could argue that there are different natures in gamers when it compares to people in the US versus Asia. Let's put it this way. And this is the Nick sending question, so I know you're gonna speak on this in a minute. Um, I believe specifically in the Japanese or even specifically the Asian market, yes, they do play a lot of 3D games, but they mostly play a lot of RPG or 2D based games. Now, the reason why I say that is because a lot of their games, if you look on Play Asia, y'all should go look on Play Asia. I don't know if y'all can go look on YouTube or even just try to like type in Play Asia. You know what I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna try to look it up for y'all. I'm gonna show you what a Play Asia looks like. Play Asia. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see. They got so much stuff. Wait a minute. These are cards and stuff. Here we go. It's kind of hard to kind of show how their stuff is because you kind of have to like see it on there. And apparently they got Play Asia in this linked with Nintendo and iTunes and Xbox all on the same thing. Well, wow, everything is low key streamlined as fuck. This is so neat. Yeah, I gotta show y'all this shit. Yeah, y'all looking at it or like I can show y'all.
Just waiting for you to stream it.
All right, there we go. Look. All right, that's it.
All right, you are alive, sir.
Local police.
See, this is insane.
So now, this is just Asian platforms in general, right? Like just anything for those markets.
Yeah, like they have everything like together. Like we got the Nintendo eShop right here, and iTunes, PlayStation Network, browser games, Xbox, Fortnite, music and streaming, Amazon, crypto, prepaid. Like, pre-orders.
Goddamn.
Mario Kart World multi-language.
Multi-language. Oh man.
Some of these games that don't say multi-language, trust me, you already know what that means.
Oh boy. Or just play maybe a good fighting game. And just in the
Like,
good.
let's look at it like that, for example. This might be a what this is. This is on Nintendo Switch. Right here. See? Subtitles are in English, but it's Japanese. That's probably because it's on what's the name already.
Like a translation. At least got a translation for it, but
At least they've gotten a lot better with the translation for the games and stuff. But Play Asia used to be really like, dude, like it used to be real crazy. Some people are having little issues with it and everything like that, but like it's let me see.
Americans deserve a more affordable healthcare system. Blue Cross Blue Shield Association champions solutions that would lower costs by nearly $1 trillion.
Yeah,
We are committed to working with President Trump and Congress to create a better system of health.
So we are back with this quick follow-up video where I want to compare these two versions of the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. So yesterday we did a video unboxing the Anniversary Edition, and I opened up the physical copy.
That's not what I thought it was gonna be. Okay. Anyways, going back to it, let's actually watch a video. All right. Now this is the video that I was showing you guys the other day.
This is for you, Melinda. I hope you like it. Yeah. They ought to teach this in school. It's not always cool to be cool. What? They try to play you for a fool. Like you see a girl who's unique. It's a treat, cause she's sweet. And she really seems to knock you off your feet. You wanna say hey, but you don't. You don't. Your mom says tell her how you feel, but you won't. Cause you're just too cool to tell her truly. Get your feelings all getting unruly. Don't try to school me. So she passes you by in the hallway. You're staring at the wall, trying to play while I say, man, you're cool. What? Really cool, slick, just like ice. But you didn't realize you never get this chance twice. So you're busy playing cool, now she's gone. She's gone. Gone on to another while I sing my funky song. I never pass up a chance. I know the story seems long, but when I know the time is right for me and you, I just flame on, flame on. And on and on, flame on, flame on, flame on, yeah, yeah, flame on, and on and on and on and on.
Why you sound like Aaron Carter?
What the fuck did we just watch? That is something very much a product of its time.
that's something very AI generated. Because even if we were just
Oh,
go
that
back in
definitely
time
was.
and watch this, like in 1994, like it says, I still wouldn't believe this. Like,
Like, this was. I told y'all. Like, hey, it's interesting, but like now we got to see it specifically. Like, I definitely got to see it now. All right. So I want to show you how this.
More time in regards to the.
Now, did you guys watch Sinners yet?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, so she's not really gonna be talking about that, but she's talking about something different. But let me go back into it. Okay. All right.
One more time in regards to this movie, I'm gonna scream. Because there is a way better comic book run that I think you can compare this film to. It's called Bitterroot, and it was written by David Walker and Chuck Brown and drawn by the Sanford Green. And it's published by Image Comics, which also did Invincible. It's about this family of demon slayers during the Harlem Renaissance who are in Harlem because they had to escape from the Tulsa massacre. They exorcise demons. The demons that they're exorcising are white people who were possessed because of racism, or people of color who become possessed because their animosity towards feeling that oppression. Those demons are much harder to understand than the white ones. This comic book highlights the importance of music. They also have Chinese allies, all about processing trauma and dealing with oppression and moving on from experiencing hate. They actually just started a spinoff that's set in the 60s, which you know what happens then. And once again, you can see the art is beautiful. Absolutely adore retro futurism. And no, they're not vampires, but they're still things that, eat and terrorize people. If you liked Sinners, I implore you to branch out. Another fun fact is that Ryan Coogler's production company at one point had the rights to this film. So we may see these people and the demons they face sometime in the near future if they ever decide to franchise Sinners, which I'm sure they will. I know y'all love Blade, and I do too. It's a great story. There are just so many good vampire and demon stories that are set in the Gothic South, highlight history, feature Black people and other races, and the way that we deal with trauma that I think you guys should really check out. But yeah, let me know. Have y'all read Bitterroot? How do you think it compares to the Sinner film? Let me know in the comments below. And
You guys are not familiar with Bitterroot?
I've heard about it. I mean, again, I would like to see these projects come to light. See what producers like Ryan Coogler, like she said herself, actually put this in the limelight.
I feel like that'll do pretty good right now. You
Yeah,
know,
if they could do a series or even a movie, I think it'll definitely be good. I trust Ryan Coogler with it.
I saw and I'm actually play a couple of the reviews, and that's what I was going to see because you guys you said you haven't seen it Sinners just yet.
Mm.
Yeah. So I seen it. Like I said, I give it Sinners a 9 out of 10. Um, it's like I said, it's a real watchable movie. All right, it's a movie that you can literally put on, every once in a while. You probably won't get tired of watching it. You know, the fact is, like, it has great music in it. Like, the music is probably the one things that people didn't understand. And then, like, I saw so many people breaking down the symbolism inside of the movie that I was just like, yo, like, you guys gotta watch it. I really want to give a review to it, but I know you guys, I'm not really sure if you guys really intend to watch it per se or not. Like, I know, Mike, you watching it?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a chance.
You
I'll
watch?
watch. But I just spend not only money on other things, but definitely get my pre-order set with Thunderbolts. So, but I definitely have this movie in mind.
Okay, so that low key, like, oh shit, fuck, it's kind of hard. All right, damn. Anyway, well, all right, well, I won't do it this week, then. I'll do it next week, then. Um, as well too, I believe. What's our next movie coming out? Isn't it Thunderbolts?
Yeah, yeah,
I believe so.
yeah. It's already on pre-sale as we speak. Go ahead and definitely buy that movie. Buy those pre-sale tickets. Tell us what you think about it.
Mm.
I'll definitely be watching it. And, I'll get my review on Tuesday. On that following week when it comes out, of course.
This should be really interesting when that really happens. So, but let me find my next video that I was going to show you guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Alright, here we go. I found one. Wait, log into the other page. Okay, saved. Wait, sorry, hold on one second, guys. Like I thought it was on threads. It's not on threads. Did somebody delete it? Oh, that's so good. Mm, find something. All right then. Well, okay. So I can't seem to find it right now. Wait, let me go to the podcast page. Ain't no here. Crap. All right. All right. Well, yeah, I can't find my next thing I was going to show you guys and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a bummer right now. So I'm gonna have to go to my next point then, and then after that, I'll mostly be done with it. Which, in retrospect, that I can also like whip out the game that I was working on with us as well too. So we can all decide that, and we can all decide as a group how we want to do that if you guys want to. Um, yep, yeah, I can't find it. It's gone. They must have deleted it. Okay, it's gone. Yep, it's gone. Okay, so we're gonna do the game real quick, okay, guys?
All right.
We're gonna do it as a group. So here we go. Now the game we're gonna do is called 10 Damn Scenarios. All right. Now let me see. Copy. Now in this scenario, basically speaking, right, we're gonna do it pretty fast because you know what I mean. We'll probably like incorporate it just to do maybe like three of them right now, three of them during Knicks, and three of them during Mike's. You know, just to well, four. Somebody gonna get four. It is what it is. It's 10 of them. All right. But just to do them in between of all is to see where we end up, and we're all kind of voting as a group on what we're gonna do. All right. Now, in this, what world do you want to go in, Nick?
I don't know. What do we got?
It's up to you.
You know what? I mean, I know. I kind of get an idea. What did let Mike pick?
Huh?
Why not let Mike pick? Because I don't really.
No. Mike already is gonna. We all have choices.
Let's do yours gaming since you have a vast knowledge of that.
Is that an option? I mean, yeah, guys, go
Yeah,
gaming.
what gaming?
Uh, fuck, I don't know. Arma.
All right. And what about you, Mike?
I'll do anime.
All right. Bet, and I'll do Marvel. Okay. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Team play. Scenario one. You three find yourselves in a bizarrely Matter of fact, let me see, share my screen. All right, here we go. You three find yourself in a bizarrely merged cityscape. Stark towers partially fused with the towering structures of Tokyo 3, all under oppressive crimson sky, a reminiscent of a demonic invasion from another realm. A desperate broadcast crackles over the remnants of the police radio. They're breaching Sector 7. We need backup. They're turning people into things. Suddenly, three distinct figures appear before you, each offering a potential path forward. A figure clad in tactical gear wielding a high caliber module rifle with various attachments. He says with grim determination, we need to secure the perimeter, lay down suppressive fire, hold down the line. Which is Nick's influence. B, a young woman with vibrant pink hair wielding a plug suit and wearing determined. What's a plug suit? Wearing a plug suit and looking determined despite a hint of fear in her eyes. She gestures toward a heavily damaged but still functional Evangeline unit nearby. We need to activate Unit 1's AT field. It can protect this sector, Mike's influence. Or C, a powerful armored figure with glowing blue eyes, wielding a massive energy shield, a repulsor blaster gauntlet. He states firmly we need to find a source of his incursion and shut it down to this core, June's influence. What y'all want to do?
I mean, A or B is probably the more preferable options. I mean, B might be a long term, whereas A is just kind of. I mean, holding down suppressive fire is fine, but if we're not really under fire ourselves, it's just a group of whatever the fuck is coming our way, probably B might be a better option.
So it says they're breaching Sector 7 and we need backup. They're turning people into things. So a figure clad in tactical gear, wielding high modular rifle and visual attachments. We need to secure the perimeter later. We don't even have nothing. He's wielding that. He didn't give us that. You know what I'm saying? And then if we did the mic, he says it's a girl. She low key got fear in her eyes, so I don't even like that option. It says she gestures towards a heavily damaged but still functional Evangeline unit. It's heavily damaged.
Well, if she's pointing at it, that means maybe she knows something about it.
I mean, yeah, we need to activate it. It can protect the sector, so that's pretty cool. So that's optional for a defense option. You know. Then let's go for my option. It says let's see, a powerful armored figure with glowing blue eyes, massive. I mean, with wielding a massive energy shield and a repulsor blaster gauntlet. We need to find the source of the incursion. I feel like. I mean, not just because that's my you know what I'm saying, thing. I feel like that's a viable solution. What y'all think? I feel like we need to vote on it. Mike, what you think?
I thought I was talking the entire time. My bad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with I guess Nick's influence, but if we're going with C and he's the only person that can do it and be on the offensive and not.
But what we gonna do with A?
Yeah, I mean I would go with A because if it's just one person that can really deliver the offensive, then it's kind of
So
like
yeah,
an FU to the
going
rest of
A.
the citizens.
So y'all wanna go A?
I'm gonna go with A.
Yeah, I guess I'm good with A.
Okay. You doing this team? It's Team Alpha chooses Team A. All right. Check this out. You follow the figure in tactical gear. Who barks orders with military precision? Nick feels a sense of familiarity with the high caliber rifle, its modular design, promising adaptability for unfolding chaos. You establish a defensive position amongst the rubble-strewn streets, defensive sky casting long ominous shadows. The damn complication, however, because by the way, this game is made with complications. As you set up with the perimeter, the sounds of The city changed. The screams and panic shouts are gradually replaced by disturbing rhythmic clicking and dragging sound, glowing closer. You realize that the things the broadcast warned about are approaching, and they are moving with unsettling coordination. Their forms twisted and unnatural. Holding the line might mean facing a relentless and horrifying onslaught of transformed civilians. Y'all got us in the ship. I just want to say that. You got us in this shit, Nick. It might. Okay?
I
Alright.
was saying option 2 originally, and you guys disagree with me, so not my fault.
Nah. I voted. Mike said yours. So technically, you said two of them, and he hit on your one. That was hit on your one of two. So that went for two out of the three.
Yeah, 2 out of 3. Yeah.
That was it. Now check this out. Because of the ship that y'all got us in, scenario 2. By the way, I'm gonna do 3. Mike, you do 3. Nick, you do 4.
No scenario?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. Check this out. Cause yeah, I'm gonna do that's why I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and boom with it. All right, check it out. The first of the transformed beings lurches into view, a grotesque amalgamation of human and something alien. Its limbs contorted and its eyes glowing with malevolent energy. More follow, their numbers unsteadily increasing. The figure in the tactical gear shouts, "Hold your fire until they're enraged. Let's everybody move." Suddenly, the young woman in the plug suit cries out, pointing toward a nearby building. "Look, they're coming out of there. It's some sort of conversion facility." The armored figure in it's funny, they didn't really tell us that them niggas was also still coming, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just, like, I guess we're like doing what one of them says per se. Like, we align ourselves with the tactical guy, but like, they're still there, you know? But, says the armored figure with the energy shield steps forward, his propeller gauntlet charging. We need to take out that facility, but we'll be exposed crossing the open ground. Your team now faces a tactical dilemma. A. Focus on holding your current defensive position, prioritizing the immediate threat and trying to stem the tide of transformed being. Make preference for tactical defense. B. Make a run for the damaged Evangelion unit, hoping its activation can provide immediate wide area protection, even if it means abandoning your current position. Or C. Attempt a direct assault on a conversion facility, trying to eliminate the source of the transformations despite the risk of crossing open ground under enemy fire.
I'm thinking the second option personally, just for the fact that if we can get that unit online, it might be able to use towards actually assaulting said compound. So I'm kind of for B.
Mike.
Mm.
You know, not for
Attempt.
nothing. So far, my options are kind of shit. Why the fuck are my shits just, hey, we're gonna sit here with thumbs in our asses and do nothing? Well, we don't got no air support, no grenades, no trenching tools, no artillery nearby. I don't got an AC-130 or nothing. This is bullshit.
Your option was a little bit more what people do with first responders. You know, that's what something people do first, which is realistically what you would do. But I mean, mine's because that's what I would do. Make a run for the damage Evangelion unit. Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm hoping, bro. See, bro, this is how I just want to let y'all know. This is how we ended up in this situation first time.
what would you do? Who would you choose? I choose B, by the way.
I'm choosing we should go to the conversion facility. Because why are we over here trying to hope that we can hold out on something if we could just stop them from coming through?
But I mean, right now we got a guy with a gun, we got a guy with a shield, with power armor, and we got a bitch in a plug suit. For lack of a better word, we're kind of we're kind of going in half cocked. If we can get that Evangelion unit online, then that'll probably turn the tide. Not saying that.
All right, you didn't make good sense right there, though, Loki.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping too.
She is like, all right, fine, but Fuckers. All right. The figure and tactical gear nods grimly. All right, let's move. Stay low. Keep your eyes peeled. You break from your defensive position, sprinting across the rubber strong street towards the partially collapsed building where the damaged Evangeline unit stands. The transformed being scramble and lurch after you. The unnatural movement is surprisingly swift. The young woman in plus who leads the way, her gaze on the massive damaged suit, form of Unit 1. Sparks still flicker around his head and parts of his armor are scorched and broken. Down complication. As you reach the Evangeline, you see that the entry of the plug is jammed and won't open. The young woman cries out in frustration. Damn it. It must have been damaged in the attack. Activating Unit 1 might not be as simple as getting inside. You are now beside a potentially unusable giant robot with a horde of transforming beings floating in.
Can't win for lose.
Bro, yo.
Hey, shit's gotta go bad before it gets good.
Hey.
Damn it, bro. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. The rhythmic clicking and dragging of the transformed being grows louder, and they surround your position near the damaged Evangeline. The young woman in a plug suit frantically examines the jamming entry plug. There's got to be a manual override somewhere. The figure in the tactical gear scans the approaching horde. We can't stay here. We'll be overrun. The armored figure with the energy shield deploys its defensive, creating a temporary barrier. We need to find a way to get this thing online, or we need a new plan fast. Your team spots 3 potential options in your immediate vicinity. A. Attempt to force the jam entry plug open, using brute strength and any tools you might have. Next, inclination towards direct forceful solutions. B. Search the immediate area around the Evangelion for a manual override or secondary entry point. Following the young woman's lead or hoping for a technical solution, Mike's preference for understanding and utilizing technology. Or C. Use the armored figures or portal blast to create a diversion, hoping to scatter the transformed beings long enough to formulate a new plan or find another way to escape. June's instinct to use available power offensively. What you want to do?
Immediately, my brain went to Black Ops 2, the scene when they're trying to fix the robot, and Harper walks up, is like, fuck it, and he ends up smacking it with the gun and goes, there, unstuck! So, kind of my brain is going to option A, in my opinion, but...
My only thing is if we jam it open and we can't force it shut, then that's just, and they come in from that entrance, then we're just fucked at that point. So we can't close what we just use brute strength to open. That kind of creates a problem.
We'll just brute strength it closed again. Listen, I'll beat it open with my gun, and then I'll just beat it closed with my gun. We'll just hammer it in.
I would hopefully. I'm gonna have to go with D on this one. I'm gonna have to go with B on this one.
Yeah, I'll go with B.
That's my only fear with option A is that we can't close what we just forced open, damn near. Who are you going with?
Yeah. All right. Also, I am going to pass it to Mike. It's your turn, by the way, for your part. And whenever you're ready to get on your part for this one, then that's when you'll start, all right?
All right. So the vote is in team. Which one is it? Yeah. We had to go to what you just did.
Wait,
Or
what's
is it
that?
my
What's that?
portion of news or just the
Oh,
game app?
no, no. Your portion of the news and stuff like that,
Okay.
and then when you're done and stuff, we can pick it up.
Okay, gotcha. So I don't know if I announced this on this damn podcast, but apparently Paul and Victor has officially joined the cast of DC Studios' Green Lantern film, well, show, named Anton, which is described as an extraterrestrial being devoted to exposing the truth and exacting vengeance against those who conceal it. Now, eventually, this character is like it just said before, it's an extraterrestrial being devoted to exposing the truth and exacting vengeance. If you've seen Invincibles, kind of like what was that character's name? Demon Blood, something like that. Dark Blood. So they give the character similar to that. But there's reportedly some rumors that he might be AKA Atrocitus. What do you think about that, Ace Slater?
Somebody gonna have on heavy makeup
Yeah, that's what I thought so too. Hopefully,
and a cat that flies.
yeah. I remember playing him on Injustice 2. That was like one of my favorite characters I ever would play. If you ever try to challenge me online, Nick, have you ever played the Injustice series?
Injustice? Yes, I have. Wasn't that the one where Superman went evil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I played that one.
Okay, good. I suppose there was a rumor about Justice 3 coming out this year. Am I right, or is that next year, Nick? Did you hear any news on that?
I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm honestly not sure.
Okay. Yes. Again, just to give a follow up and just a reminder, Lanterns is set to premiere again HBO in early 2026. Be sure to get your notifications up and ready for that series to be released. Now on to next DC news. We have the judge, giving an update on the court case of Neil Gaiman's request to move the rape lawsuit to New Zealand, which apparently what's been happening. But since the charges happened to appear in America, he will apparently face charges here in the U.S. and be request denied to be in New Zealand, where his permanent residence resides in. Therefore, he will be educated there. Yeah, educated there, and still denies all allegations, asserting that any interactions were, of course, consensual. Now, the lawsuit filed by Scarlett Halovich, a former nanny for Gaiman, and his enraged wife, Amanda Palmer, accuses of Gaiman again of sexual assault along with human
Mm,
trafficking.
dang, for real.
Yeah, yeah. It's, and so far, they have some evidence of foul play, and since he rather faces charges, over there in New Zealand where he permanently resides, but apparently since the charges are filed here, of course, in U.S., yeah, he's not going anywhere. So he's gonna be stuck. Man, face charges in a foreign state. Ain't that about it? Yeah. Next news for DC, we have Garrett Dillahunt. Hope I'm saying that last name right. Seemingly leaked to maybe playing rumor as Green Arrow. Now there was just a little, I guess I want to say, uh, more like a cosplay in his suit, in his turn, but appearing more of the Green Lantern suit, stating Ali Oxenfree? Yeah. But yeah, Ali Oxenfree, a playful nod to the Oliver Queen nickname. But of course, the more recent and official statement will be he will be casted as William Macon, which is described as a modern cowboy with a more of a self-righteous, conspiracy-minded persona, which honestly, I'd rather see Question in this. Which is more of an underrated character, much like a detective. That's more of his character. I would like to see more of that. But apparently, fans have actually wanted to confirm if this was true, and James Gunn daily saying, "Haha, yeah, no." So take that with a grain of salt. But I think he would appear a very accurate version of Green Lantern. I could see it, given what they displayed. He displayed the cosplay of.
Mm.
But was
They never look
say
right till they get into the suit.
exactly when like I say, he had his set photos on that. It definitely looked accurate in my opinion. So, and again with someone else commented too about older actors, taking the spotlight versus younger actors. I mean, I think in this new age, especially with the new DC we're getting, I think I would like to see younger audiences just so we can see them long term, and so we don't have to run an issue. Well, the actor doesn't really want to pursue this action scenes no more due to maybe age or other complications. But I would like to see more of younger audiences kind of take this mantle. What do you think about that, Nick?
I'm sorry, repeat your question, please. I was away for a second.
Would you rather see maybe new audiences take in a new era of the DCU, or just maybe familiar audiences or older?
I feel like they need to do a mix of the both, honestly. Their movies are flopping. The games are whatever. I mean, okay, Superman, they haven't really made a good Superman game that I'm aware of. Aquaman, again, I haven't heard of a good Aquaman game. The only game that ever DC gets is Suicide Squad, which was bad. And then there's Batman, which even then, Batman's fallen from grace. So, for lack of a better word, I think DC as a whole, I think Warner Brothers needs to seriously take a step back, look at where Marvel has succeeded, and try to get an idea of, okay, what do fans want and how do we get into them? I think encouraging old fans to return, but then also doing a little bit of something that engages new fans might benefit them. So like maybe go back to that idea of like how they had with a Batman Telltale, where it was like a RPG, but do something more like Arkham, but with RPG elements. Um, that would be interesting. I don't know. I mean, again, I hate to say it, the go-to usually is Batman, but I think they should take a shot in the dark and try for Superman. Try to go for other characters that people aren't thinking of. The problem is, and I keep saying it, creative liberties, lack of creative liberties, and them just being creatively bankrupt. They're trying too hard to make the story that they think that they want, and not what would actually be successful. So I think Warner Brothers really does need to take a step back and think about who they're putting behind the wheel.
Okay, that's very true. Definitely go. I say more underrated characters and underrated actors who can definitely perform. I think that was a good choice and call where they casted Aaron Pierre as our Green Lantern. So I would like to definitely see his performance, especially with that last movie he had made in Netflix. Well, it was casted in Netflix for. Okay, next news, and this is from a good WWE superstar who we know as Rhea Ripley, playing a good fan casting of the Batman Who Laughs. In WrestleMania 41, of course, WWE superstar Rhea Ripley paid a good striking tribute to the DC Comics, the Batman Who Laughs after appearance. Excuse me. Entrance attire, which I'm not gonna lie, the costume looks pretty good, and looks compelling. I'm not gonna lie, I like this costume a lot. Give me a moment as I share that good cosplay for you guys. See. Let me know you guys got it.
All right, we're good. I see you. That's supposed to be a Batman Who Laughs cosplay?
Yeah, the one on the left, that's Rhea Ripley cosplaying as that. Which, oh, this, I like this costume. What do you think about Age Later?
Mm.
Yeah, it's definitely a whole bunch of that. And she's not alone. Other superstars kind of did the cosplay of that, of the costume, but not, of course, with Batman Who Laughs, but just other costumes.
Well, I know one of
that
the
are,
guys did a Doom, like a Doom theme.
yeah, yeah. I forgot what that person's name was. I didn't get to get his information. But yeah, some of Marvel, some of Doom. I want to say one person did Image Comics. I forgot what particular character. But yeah, I definitely like this costume the most, and definitely wanted to share this with y'all on this cosplay. What do you think about this? The cosplay, Slater?
I mean, me personally, if you didn't tell me that it was supposed to be Batman Who Laughs, I wouldn't have picked up on that. Um, just I don't know. I feel like that could have been different. I feel like she could have done better with that one. Again, I don't see it.
I think it's a very good striking image. Of course, there were multiple like costumes that kind of sort of show the character in the comics of Batman Who Laughs, but that was kind of one of them. But I think my favorite out of the most of the characters from inside the Batman characters in like the Batman Who Laughs also was one issue where Batman gets fused with the Flash and he becomes something sort of like a character called Red Death. Because he literally straps into the Batmobile and fuses not only the Flash, but also with the Batmobile, and he becomes like an evil speedster, so to say. Again, if you want to check that out, just go to I don't know the title specifically. Just type Red Death / Batman, and it should give you a comic book run, well, comic book detail. Definitely check it out. It is worth reading, along with the other volumes that go in depth with Batman Who Laughs, along with other variants of other heroes with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, yeah, and
I read
Cyborg.
that comic book too. I just forgot what it's called.
Say again?
It's a whole series. Like, and it actually don't even start with that one. I think it start with Thanatos, no, Barbaros doing something. You know what I mean? Because there's like a lot of stuff that go on in that whole series. You technically don't read that issue if you're gonna go read. If you're gonna go read like anything about a Joker Who Laughs, you got to read the entire thing, or else you'll be lost. So like,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
read
definitely.
the thing. Like, and it's a couple issues, thick because it's like a whole. Basically, if you don't know what Joker Who Laughs is basically there's a dark multiverse, and in the dark multiverse specifically, Batman is evil in the dark multiverse, and he and Joker are one essentially. Because he killed Joker over there, he became Joker, and he took over the world. And in that world, he also found out about the multiverse and used himself to actually take the powers of the heroes that we know and stuff. So the speed force, that he used and that he combined himself with his evil stuff with. Yes, he's the Red Death. He did the same thing with power. Same thing with Wonder Woman stuff. So like he just went around doing stuff. So it was just him. He's a threat, and that's what the Dark Multiverse showed you. Batman by himself is a huge threat. So that's what that's about. But yeah, you got to read the whole thing, or else you'll be lost.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Peace. What in the hell? Okay. No. jumping down to our other gears, which is that will be anime news. Definitely wanted to touch on. It's just piggyback on what H. Slater was saying about the recent issues we would have with lawmakers, especially with AI generated content. Apparently, we have also with legal action that is with GPT AI attack on that being also with Studio Ghibli. Have you heard about this recent lawsuit, H. Slater? H. Slater.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, lawmakers officially going into legal action. Japanese lawmakers are currently deliberately, I can't say that, deliberating potential legal actions just concerning the AI generational content. Again, following closely mimics the studio content of distinctive style and artwork. This follows, again, AI generated images resembling Ghibli's artistic view of certain aspects of content as well as animation. Like I said, I think AI is always going to be a real threat, and until we create our thinking caps on, AI is just gonna it's gonna take over. It's gonna just take over and be a massive threat to jobs, and, of course, anime studios in general. Now, the challenges in this enforcement is just despite what the concerns of enforcing legal protections against the AI generated art, current laws often do not clearly address this issue. So I just want to kind
It's
of
a
give
new,
a
it's a new issue. It's a new problem. It's a
yeah,
new
it's a new
thing.
issue. So what's
You know,
what is
because they
like the
are infringing on the art style of it, but at the same time, it's like they'll initially put them out of business if they're able to just do that like that.
hmm I think for sure. So
So I think the law need to be the AI cannot draw in any specific style or any incorporated business or specific style.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I definitely agree because besides job content being installed with the industry, I definitely think this is definitely going to be a problem with creativity as well as job and workforce. Now, just to give a little rundown of what I said from last Tuesday, where I announced a theme park being made in Saudi Arabia about a Dragon Ball theme park. Now, from what I gathered from these images, they all seem to be pretty accurate, and that's what it was. This is what we have as far as live photos of. And if you give me a second here, I will definitely show you those photos.
Right. I want
Yeah, because I'm definitely interested in hell.
no, I ain't gonna go
Like
to Arabia just to go to the thing though.
despite everything that's going on within the world, I definitely want to still see like their take on it, just to see like what their vision of this whole thing is.
trying to ride, trying to walk down Snake Way for real, boy.
Yeah.
Nigga,
So
only you knew what that meant.
you gotta see it.
You're good.
Yep.
And this is one.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, guys, this is the whole theme park now. Still under being developed, and it will be I guess reports were saying that this was still a developing project, despite what images that you see here, and it definitely will be finished and developed in early 2026. Yeah, so I actually want to, even though that's all the anime news I got for you guys, I actually want to go with a little debate on this, or a little bit of an opinion. Okay, so imagine you having a 8-hour flight to pick from a seat. Now you have being beside two people in anime, DC, or maybe in the video game community. Well, video game lore. Who would you guys choose? Two people out of each.
Out of what options was it? I heard video
What
game
was the
lore.
what was the question?
I'm sorry. So 8-hour flight. You're between two people. One being DC, two being DC, two being Marvel, and then two being in the gaming lore. You got to pick two out of all those three. Who are you choosing?
I'm not being next to no goddamn gamer. Niggas gonna be musty all the time.
I mean, if we're picking characters, my brain's immediately going to the Doomslayer and Big Boss from Metal Gear.
Big Boss Metal Gear. So you telling me, Ace Slater, you wouldn't likely have a conversation with who was it, Joker? What's his name? In the last podcast, we talked about his capabilities.
Oh, you thought I was talking about like a type of person, but everything. But all right.
Yeah.
Um. Nick said he's gonna be surrounded by the guys. Hell no, I'm good. Shit. I'll be surrounded by a rogue, and
Okay.
on the other hand, surrounded by Jean. That's
Rogan.
not Jean. Rogue and Emma Frost. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so I guess for me, going with DC, I'm gonna have to go with Talia al Ghul. Definitely Talia al Ghul and definitely Batman. Definitely Batman. Yeah.
Batman, his baby mama. You want them next to you in the flight?
Well, you know what? I got some better.
I said Batman, his baby mama. That
Wonder
is
Woman and
interesting.
Donna. Wonder Woman and Donna Troy. Yeah, definitely Wonder Woman and Donna Troy. Marvel.
Shit. Batman really
Straight up,
looking
I thought I heard you say Wonder Woman and Donald Trump. I was like, wait, what?
No, no. Shoot. What about pick for anime? Definitely Yoruichi from Bleach, of course. And I'll have to say, I'd say Urza for Fairy Tail. Oh yeah, yeah for sure. Let's see. Let's see about the next debate. Now, old person being in a anime, who would you choose? Nick, you're gonna go with video game since you're more educated on that aspect. Most baddest old man in the anime. Nick, for you, is the gaming world. Oh man,
shit.
come on,
Roshi.
man, Roshi. Ooh. Okay, okay, definitely with the legend of the voice actor.
There's probably
I
an
can
old timer for video games I'm not thinking of, but for some reason my brain immediately goes to Easy Pete from Fallout because people meme on him.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh wow, yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah, there's
Oh, I
mods where
thought.
he's not. It's not so easy, Pete.
Oh yeah, true, true. But this one I'm about to go with definitely Yamato from Bleach. The goat. That's all I'm gonna say. Definitely the goat. Definitely the goat. And that's all I have for really sort of like a debate. I was kind of pass it to our good old Val Nick Mal.
Wait a minute. Before you do that, you ready for your part?
Oh yeah, can you show that image again?
I got you right now. Also, I have turned off the team setting on there, so technically we will be doing individual choices. Right?
Gotcha.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, so the vote is in Team Alpha. Well, Team Alpha chooses B, search the immediate area around the Evangelion for a manual override or a secondary entry point. The young woman in a plug suit takes the lead, her earlier frustration replaced by a focused determination. There has to be something, she mutters, her eyes scanning the damaged hull of Unit 01 and the surrounding debris. Mike feels a sense of urgency, his mind racing to understand the potential access points and emergency protocols for such a complex machine. The figure in tactical gear keeps a wary eye on the Enroking transform beings, his rifle ready. The armored figure maintains his energy shield, slowly backing up as the horde presses forward. Of course, we're going into that damn complication. As you search the base of Evangelion, you stumble upon a damaged maintenance panel. Behind it, you find a manual override, but a severely injured technician. Barely conscious, he whispers weakly, the core overloading needs synchronization pilot. He then slumps unconscious, clutching a data chip in his hand, activating. The Evangelion might require more than just finding an entry point. It might need a specific procedure and a compatible pilot. Something none of you are. Oh, hell. The data chip you hold the key for, but accessing it while under attack is a new challenge. Oh, hell.
No, fuck it. Cut the guy's hand off. Let's go.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
There you go.
Okay. So the injured technician lies unconscious, the data chip clutched in his hand. Rhythmic clicking, with rhythmic clicking and dragging of the transform beings intensified as they press against the armored figure energy shield. Time is running out. Nick, Mike, and June, please choose one of the following options. Option A, Nick chooses the attempt to retrieve the data chip from the technician, potentially risking further injury to him, and try interfacing it with the damage Evangelion to understand the activation requirements, focusing on the acquiring necessary resources. A shoot. Option B, which I would choose, try to stabilize the injured technician and get any information he can provide, hoping he knows a way to activate an Evangelion or escape the immediate danger. Inclination towards gathering information and understanding the situation. Option C, June chooses. Use the figure in tactical gears expertise to find a vulnerable point of the transformed beings, focusing on the eliminating the immediate threat to buy more time. Preference for direct combat and neutralizing enemies. What do you guys think?
Honestly, realistically, I'm more in between B and C.
Which one you want to choose, Nick? What about you, Mike?
Mm, I'll choose B.
What about you, Nick?
I think I'm gonna go B, honestly.
Okay.
Alright.
The team's actions diverge, reflecting on their individual priorities in this desperate situation. Since Nick chooses B, Nick, ever the pragmatist, attempts to stabilize the injured technician. He quickly assesses the main visible wounds, looking for anything he can to do stem and bleeding or arouse him. Oh wow. Hey, can you hear me? He says urgently, shaking the technician gently. We need your help, man. It's a slap at this point would have been more appropriate answer. Mike chooses B, driven by the analytical mind, also focuses on the technician. He examines the man's condition more closely, looking for any identification marks or equipment that might give a clue about how to help him or access the data chip without causing further harm. He hopes the technician can provide more crucial information about the Evangelin's activation. June chooses A, which June seeing the data chip as a potential key to activating a powerful Evangeline makes a move to retrieve it. Carefully but firmly, he attempts to pry the unconscious technician's fingers open, trying to extract data chip without causing further injury into chaos. Oh wow. Hope it's not finger or voice activation, because that would be terrible. Because boy, oh, it's just like a passcode, man. There's something with the data chip. Into that damn complication. As Nick and Mike try to aid the technician, and June attempts to take the data chip, the transformed beings intensify their assault on the armored figure's shield. One of them, larger and more mutated than the others, managed to squeeze a thunder drill through the gap in the energy barrier and swipe at the technician. Oh, hell. The tendril grazes the technician's arm, injecting a vicious glowing fluid. Oh, hell no. The technician gasps, his eyes snapping open with the jolt, but they now glow with the same malevolent energy as they transform beings. Oh, hell. He lets out a little snarl, no longer an ally. Well, see, there goes that. In scenario 5, the injured technician, now rapidly transforming, lunges at Nick and Mike with surprising speed and unnatural strength. His eyes burn with malevolent energy, with glowing fluid courses through his veins. Meanwhile, June manages to secure the data chip, but now finds himself in immediate danger as the newly transformed technician turns his attention towards him. The armored figure struggles to maintain an energy shield against the relentless assault of the other transformed beings. The figure in tactical gear continues to lay down suppressing fire, but their position is becoming increasingly precautious. Yeah. The young woman in the plug suit cries out in dismay as the technician, their potential source of help, has become another threat. Yeah, your team is now fractured and facing a dire situation. Well, with option A, Nick's priority, defend himself and Mike from the newly transformed technician. B, which is yours truly, priority, find a way to subdue and neutralize the transformed technician without killing him. If possible, perhaps hoping to reverse the transformation. C being June's priority, analyze the data chip while trying to evade the transformed technician and the other eroding beings.
Approaching. Alright. What's going on, fellas? What we got? What we doing?
I'm thinking I'm popping the medic. I mean, not the medic, the technician. He turned. I've seen this movie before. You always try to save the guy, and he fucking comes back and bites you in the ass. Put a
Yeah,
round in his head and call it a day. There's no cure.
there's no cure for that. We don't even know what the cure is at this point. Hopefully, the data chip can save us.
But alright, so y'all basically choosing B. Wait, y'all saying y'all trying to actually Well, no, y'all choosing A then. If that's the case, because y'all said no. It's find a way to subdue or neutralize them without killing them. Or y'all trying to like
We're gonna drag around a pissed off body.
About to say an infected? Hell no.
I mean, that's basically like every scene in Cops whenever they're trying to drag around somebody who's resisting. Like it's not gonna work.
All right, Mike, this is your last one.
All right. The team reacts to the immediate threat of the transformed technician. Since Nick chooses A, reacting instinctively to the sudden attack, raises his weapon and fires a controlled burst of transformed technician, aiming for non-lethal points to subdue him quickly and protect himself and Mike. As I choose A, Mike, equally startled by the technician's violent transformation, also raised his weapon, hesitant to use lethal force on someone who was just pleading for help. Hell no. Aims for the legs, I'm actually more like the head, trying to incapacitate the transformed man. June chooses C. Clutching to the data chip, realizes the immediate danger the transformed technician poses. He scrambles backwards, trying to create a distance, while simultaneously glancing at the data chip, hoping to glean any immediate information from its surface or any visible interfaces. I'll stop here or read the complication.
Nah, yeah, you stop. Well, you read 6.
Read
Basically.
6.
Yeah, that's been
Yeah.
6 is your last one, basically.
Okay. That damn complication. As Nick and Mike fire at the transformed technician, their non-lethal shouts seem to have little effect. The glowing fluid coursing through his veins appears to have enhanced his resilience and aggression. Oh, what the hell? He shrugs off the impacts and continues his relentless advance. Meanwhile, as June glances at the data chip, he notices a small blinking light and a faint humming sound
Emanating.
from it. Yeah. It seems to actively transmitting or receiving data, suggesting that it might be connected or something else entirely. And analyzing it, it might seem more complex than initially thought. Oh, damn. Damn. Scenario 6. The transformed technician, seemingly in previous to Nick and Mike's attempts to subdue non-lethal continues his aggressive pursuit. His movements are unnatural and unsettling fast. June, while Vane, the technician, realizes the data chip is active and potentially communicating with an unknown source. Analyzing it under these conditions seems impossible. The armored figure continues to struggle to hold back the growing horde and transformed beings, their numbers seamlessly endless. The figure in tactical gear is running low on ammunition, their suppressive fire becoming less effective. The young woman in the plug suit looks on in horror, realizing their situation is rapidly deteriorating. Oh, wow. Your team is under immense pressure. Our option being A, Nick's priority, find a more effective way to neutralize the transformed technician before he reaches them. Mike's priority, try to understand the nature of the transformation as if there is any way to reverse it, perhaps by observing the technician's mutated form or recalling any relevant knowledge. What the hell? C would be June's priority, secure a safe location, analyze the data chip, potentially uncovering crucial information about the enemy or a way to escape. And so basically, fuck, we can't even get into this damn.
I'm between A and C. Honestly, I say fuck it, smoke the technician and get the fuck out and find a safe place, hunker down and hold the line.
I feel like we need to go somewhere. We need to get out of there. So, bro, we need to get
Yeah. See, I'm going with C.
So yeah, I want to do. Would you, Nick? You said B or C?
I was saying A.
Yeah.
Oh, you say A? Okay. C. All right, and now it's on Nick's turn.
Am I doing news? Am I doing news
Yep.
now, or am I?
Yep.
All right. So, news. Got a little bit going on tonight. So, Nintendo is seeking about $17,000 in a lawsuit against a streamer who was effectively streaming their games ahead of time. These were leaked games. There was a whole song and dance with this. Basically, what this person did was they thought they were slick by streaming a bunch of games that Nintendo hadn't released yet that got leaked through emulation. And Nintendo was actually pretty chill about it too. Like, they just sent them a cease and desist, like, hey, can you stop this? So, as a fuck you to them, decided not only to not stop, but then also make posts online to teach people how to then pirate games and even say, hey, you can get games for free by doing this. So Nintendo finally eventually had enough. They recorded all the shit that he did, even the fact that they were trying to be chill with him, and they ended up putting a lawsuit on him. So right now he's looking at about $17,000 in damages. So congratulations, jackass. You fucked around and you found out. Now, while, yes, I don't like AAA companies, because I feel like they're dirty, getting yourself a fucking lawsuit isn't the way of doing it. The best way to, try to get these companies to chill is basically have people vote with their dollars. That's the best way to do it. Piracy and shit like that, like, look, I know I always say it, if owning isn't, if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. I know I say that, but again, as a content creator, it's not worth the lawsuit. Discord is working on becoming a public company. They have hired the former Activision CEO. I'm sorry, their former Activision executive as their CEO. It becoming a public company means what? They're going to end up probably getting new investors. So God only knows what Discord's going to look like in the near future. So could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. But this could be the next Skype, unfortunately. Switch 2 pre-orders are live and actually ended up crashing Target and Best Buy's websites. PlayStation, I can't, oh my god, what's wrong with me? PlayStation is making the classic PlayStation themes available for PS5. So all the themes that, like, the old PS1 to 4 used to do, you'll be able to do that on the 5 now. Ghost of Yotel is set to release October 2nd. Essentially, it's going to be the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. Fire Emblem Sacred Stones is now available on Nintendo Switch Online. Madden 26 release date may have been leaked, possibly looking at an August 24th release. Other than that, Good Smile, for those of you that don't know, they sell a lot of like action figures and nerdy shits. May be holding back pre-orders that are set to ship to the US due to tariffs. They sent an email out about this. I even received the email, so for you lads, and for anybody who's potentially looking to buy from them, I'm going to read said email off as soon as I can find it, because I can't fucking find it. There it is. Okay, got it. Dear GoodSmileUS.com customers, we're reaching out to inform you of important changes to pre-orders on our site. Due to the rapid and ongoing shifts in the international trade policies and the resulting uncertainty around U.S. tariffs, we have made the difficult decision to temporarily pause all new pre-orders on GoodSmileUS.com. In addition, we will be delaying shipments of products entering the United States. Further notice. This decision was not made lightly. The unpredictable nature of the current tariff environment has created significant challenges in both cost and logistics, and we want to ensure that we can continue providing the level of service and transparency you expect from us. If any of your existing pre-orders are delayed beyond their expected release timelines, we will contact you directly with more details and available options. You may have noticed recent price adjustments on our site. These reflect the current tariff conditions. However, should the situation improve before your item is ready to ship, we will adjust your order to reflect the lower price accordingly. As noted, we temporarily are holding off outbound shipments for future pre-orders that have not yet arrived in the United States. Once the situation becomes more manageable, we will resume normal fulfillment. Should tariffs still be in effect at the time of shipment, and if a fee must be added to your order, we will provide ample notice, including the option to cancel should you prefer not to proceed. However, there is no action required at this time. We truly appreciate your patience and understanding during this unpredictable time. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to our customer service team, and then they provide the customer service. Thank you for being part of the Good Smile community. So yeah, if you buy from them, which I do, I actually have a number of pre-orders out. I have to go looking because apparently that sounds like to me is, hey, thanks for pre-ordering this for whatever amount of money it did, but we might tack on an extra fee because of tariffs. Honestly, I'm getting very fed up with all the tariff bullshit. Not because of the fact that it's like nothing for political purposes. I'm not gonna sit here and give shit to politicians or anything like that. It's just more of like, look, I get companies are trying to prep for the worst because unfortunately these companies need to get ahead before they take a loss. That's essentially what they're trying to do. But it's getting kind of annoying because then people will read this email and then immediately jump into the whole thing of like, guaranteed this is definitely going to be the case. Prices are definitely going up. Let's pump the brakes. Even they're saying we don't know what the fuck is going on, so we might do this. We're giving you a heads up. This could be the case. Now, pre-orders being delayed or even being canceled altogether just because they can't come into the United States because of tariffs, yeah, it fucking sucks. But not for nothing, again, from what I've heard, Trump has put a pause on tariffs to other countries like Japan and Europe. So right now, again, this email is more of, hey, we know they're paused. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So right now we're saying this might be the case, but if shit goes sideways, we already got plan B. So, I want to be positive and hope for the best. I'm hoping that within the next couple of months, things chill out and we don't have to worry about the worst. But who knows? Again, it's better to just wait and see. Lastly, Doom Dark Ages had a second trailer release, telling more about the characters and more of the backstory stuff, which I will show you lads here in a moment.
They lied to us. And now he has a leash.
He's not one of us. Our enemy is divided. The time is now.
They fear him, and so your dominion over hell is not absolute.
Avoid the Slayer. Focus on breaking humans first.
That demon, he's after something. That much power in Hell's hands. None of us would survive. Bishop Creed, we need him.
Launch the Slayer.
Impact confirmed. The Slayer has been activated.
As king, so long as you are the only one they fear.
Stronger than maybe even you.
That game was pretty good. I'm more interested on that shield than anything.
I thought that the Divinity skin pack is pretty awesome, but not only that, I didn't realize that there was going to be a fucking Cthulhu monster in the game, so that's pretty neat. I appreciate that each of these games that release, they always add like new enemy types, so that's awesome. So we'll see. I'm very excited. I'm definitely gonna be streaming this over on my channel. I know I get 2-day early access for it for having pre-ordered, so I'm hoping it actually shows up Sunday the 11th. Well, originally it was supposed to be the 13th. They're saying the 15th now, unless the 13th is the early release for the collector's edition. Which, in either case, I'm hyped. 2 weeks from now, let's go Doom Day.
Okay. And does the character resurrect? It seemed like he was dead.
No, so okay, from my understanding of what's going on, right? So, like I said, the overall plot of Doom, essentially, like these games don't really emphasize on it, but essentially what happened was the Doomslayer helped resist the forces of hell initially, like way back in the day. But because of the fact that he abandoned his post, because at the time he was military, he was part of like the military, he abandoned his post to go fight the demons. They essentially sentenced him to death after a court-martial. And the forces of heaven, essentially, rather than letting him go to heaven, decided to punish hell by sending the Doomslayer down to hell. This game is essentially during those times of him fucking up hell, but he is essentially under the control of the makers, essentially the angels. So he's more or less on a leash for now. This is a prequel to the Doom 2016, so Doom 2016, your character wakes up having been like basically a stone coffin. You break out and then you're fucking up demons and shit. So we're gonna see exactly what happened to the Slayer and how we end up in that situation.
So this is a prequel to the last one that came out?
No, this is a prequel to the 2016 Doom.
Oh, 2016.
Yeah, so the way
it's crazy, it's so many continuations between this, and like you got another lore for real. Like how do you know? Do you think it's like hard for new fans to get involved into like games when they're like into like continuations and stuff?
Yes and no. It depends on what it is, and honestly, like here's the thing: I got into Metal Gear Solid late, and I managed to catch up. It's not impossible. The question is, are you willing to get into it? That's honestly, it comes always down to the willingness. If you're not willing to get into the series, then I'm sorry, no one can really blame you for that, but you.
Yeah,
I think
it was the same thing for me with go ahead and finish.
Well, I was gonna say, like, again, if we're gonna talk old games, like again, there's no excuse. You could just do emulation. Any of the Metal Gear games that I missed out on, I just went through emulation and played them over. So, and it doesn't really take a heavy computer to do it. You could pretty much do most emulation on a goddamn potato. GameCube emulation you could do on your mobile phone, for Christ's sakes. I had people in my chat telling me they were playing Sonic the Hedgehog on a Galaxy A35, I think, or an A34 or some shit, and they're like, yeah, it's clunky, but it works. So yeah, no, you can definitely do emulation on a mobile device. So you don't need anything special. So if there's a series you want to get into and you want to know more about these characters, there's plenty of YouTube videos. You could definitely go through emulation. And the question in the end of the day comes down to, are you willing to put the time and effort in?
Yeah, and along with understanding the lore too, 'cause I think it was same. It's the same for me with Devil May Cry, because they definitely don't come out in order. Because it's more likely the continuation of one, then what happened before the third installation, and then the second one, and then you get the one that didn't really involve the lore in general. Someone just made like out of his ass and just say, "Well, here's my version," and fans didn't really like that, and that was, I guess you could say, 4.5. That was what the community is saying. And then you have like say Devil May Cry 5, which is the latest one that came out. So it's just all understand the lore, and then also if you want to, just do a simple the story so far of whatever game you're into, and then see how you like the game. But it just all takes about understanding the lore. So, what was your favorite one so far? Was the last one the best one you think you played, or the one before that for Doom?
For Doom? No,
Yeah.
Eternal was definitely the best so far. It definitely seems like to me that Dark Ages is improving a lot on what Doom Eternal did. The only thing that I have heard that's kind of a negative is that so in Doom Dark Ages, you'll be able to fly around on a dragon. You get that giant ass mech that you get to walk around with too, so that's cool. Apparently, though, people are saying that the dragon moments are more like on rails. So it's not really the way we were thinking of it. So it's not. So don't expect like Ace Combat type shit with a dragon. It's also very rinse repeat. It's a lot of hey, fly here, shoot this. Hey, fly there, shoot that. Jump off, kill this thing, get back on. It's a lot. It's very repetitive apparently. A lot of the game's focus is still going to be, boots on the ground, blowing away demons. I'm not really too much of a fan of the fact that its glory kills are more context based. I guess it is easier that way, but I don't know, because just some of the glory kills I saw were just very fast and just uninteresting. But a lot of people, from what people have played early, they're giving it glowing reviews. So I am definitely very hopeful, and I'm excited to play it.
Okay. Ace Slayer, do you want to show up the simulation?
Yep. All right. Nick, you ready?
Yes, sir. Am I reading from this point on, or?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. Nick chooses A. Realizing non-lethal methods are failing, switches his weapon to a more powerful setting. That's not how guns work. Aiming for critical areas of the transformed technician's anatomy. Prioritizing stopping the immediate threat even if it means lethal force. Mike's choice C. Recognizing the importance of the active data chip, decides the best course of action is to find a safer location to analyze it. He begins to move cautiously, trying to create distance between himself and both the transformed technician and the main horde, looking for any defensible position with the immediate surroundings. June chooses C, already trying to evade the transformed technician, also prioritizes finding a secure spot to examine the data chip. He continues to backpedal, scanning the environment for any cover or enclosed space where he might be able to focus on the device without being attacked. D.A.M complication. As Nick prepares to use lethal force, a wave of intense psychic energy washes over the area, originating from the transformed technician. How the fuck did that happen? Alright, bullshit. It's a raw and controllable burst of pain and alien influence that momentarily stuns everyone, including Nick, Mike. Including Nick. Mike, while trying to find cover. Oh god, I need to go to bed. Stumbles and drops his weapon. June, attempting to analyze the data chip while moving, accidentally activates a holographic projection from it. The projection displays a rapidly expanding map of the merged city, with several key locations marked by a pulsing red signature, one of which is very close to their current position. The chip isn't just transmitting, it's providing tactical information to someone, and their location is compromised. Scenario 7. The psychic shockwave leaves Nick momentarily disoriented, giving the transferred technician an opening to lunge. Mike is now unarmed and vulnerable. June's accidental activation of the data chip has revealed their location on an enemy map. The armored figure continues to struggle against the overwhelming horde, its energy shield flickering under the strain. The figure in tactical gear is completely out of ammunition. The young woman in the plug suit watches in terror as their situation collapses. She is totally fucking useless. Your team faces critical and individual challenges. Nick's priority: recover quickly from the psychic shock and defend himself from the lunging transformed technician. What's up with all this like sci-fi shit? I said Arma, not fucking Starship Troopers. Not even Starship Troopers. That's still more grounded. I'm thinking fucking Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Mike's priority: retrieve dropped weapon and find a way to defend himself without it in the immediate short term. June's priority: understand the information displayed on the holographic map and find a way to use it to their advantage and escape the marked location before the enemy converges on them. What do you got?
I'm gonna have to do C because that's what I gotta do right now.
I'm thinking A. That just makes too much sense.
Mm-hmm.
This shit was rigged from the start.
Yeah.
So, so Nick is doing A. Mike, you said what?
Uh, gonna have to save him. So you gotta choose that. That man down bad. Psychic shock.
So you mean B?
Oh yeah. Hey.
Mm. I mean, you can't really choose A. it's more Nick's priority per
Oh
se.
yeah. Yeah, B.
Uh, All right.
All right. Nick's choice A. Gritting his teeth, fighting through the disorientation caused by a psychic shockwave, he raises his weapon again, his aim shaky but determined. Focusing on the transformed technician lunging towards him, he needs to regain the control of the situation immediately. Mike chooses B. Scrambling to locate his dropped weapon amidst the debris and the encroaching transformed beings, his eyes dart around frantically, trying to spot the familiar shape of his firearm, while simultaneously trying to keep a safe distance from the immediate threats. June chooses C. Staring intently at the holographic map, his mind racing. He tries to memorize the layout of the marked locations and their proximity to the current position. He needs to understand what these red energy signatures represent and if there's a way to use this information to their advantage, perhaps by leading the enemy into a trap or finding an escape route through an unmarked area. Damn complication. As Nick takes aim, the transformed technician emits another, more focused psychic pulse directly at him, attempting to disrupt his motor skills and aim. Mike, while searching for his weapon, bumps into the young woman in the plug suit, who is frozen in fear, making it harder for him to move freely. June, while studying the holographic map, notices the red energy signatures are not static. They're moving, and several of them are converging rapidly on location, indicating they have been detected and are about to be swarmed.
Can't wait for Lou. God damn.
Nick's aim wavers under the focused psychic assault, making it difficult to get clear of the shot at rapidly approaching transformed technician. Mike is hampered by the panicked young woman, slowing his search for his dropped weapon and leaving him increasingly vulnerable. June realizes the holographic map has just become a countdown to their capture. The enemy is closing in fast, and their current position is clearly marked. The armored figure's energy shield finally buckles under the relentless assault, and the transformed beings begin to overwhelm it. The figure, in tactical gear out of ammunition, resorts to using his empty weapon as a club in a desperate attempt to defend himself. Your team faces dire individual circumstances. The enemy is closing in. Nick's priority: find a way to neutralize the transformed technician despite the psychic interference and his own disorientation. Mike's priority: get his weapon back or find an alternative means of defense before the transformed being reaches him. June's priority: use the information from the holographic map despite the impending swarm to find a last-ditch escape route or a way to disable the tracking signal.
We can't do shit.
Yeah, we're fucked. I'm just gonna say A, because at this point the son of a bitch is trying to take me out. I'm gonna smoke him first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe. As soon as you said like choose their own scenario, like we were just doomed from the jump. Like you basically killed us all on one.
Oh my goodness, shit. We was dead from the jump when we went to that damn robot together.
Yeah, because as soon as if we had like
Come
all
on,
shared
bro.
like the same option, then we would probably had a better chance. But I don't know.
So Nicky's over there about to die. Nick about to die. He over there. That nigga gonna transform.
Listen, I'm going down. I'm taking this fucker with me.
Yeah, but oh shit. Okay. So I mean, I ain't lost shit.
Not only survival if everybody chooses. Well, some people choose the exact same option.
Listen, I want to make sure when he goes to hell, he'll let them know that I was the one that sent them. And then hopefully also apologize on my behalf for the inconvenience.
All right, so Nick, what you gonna do?
I'm going for A.
Mike?
Go with B. Well, I guess I have to choose C because we gotta get these people less away from us.
Alright. Nick's choice A. Fighting through the psychic interference, switches his target to instinct and fires a wild burst at the transform technician, hoping to hit a vital spot through sheer luck and force of desperation. Mike's choice, realizing he's unlikely to find his weapon in time, focuses on the information from the holographic map June projected. He tries to identify any secondary exits or less obvious escape routes indicating on the display, hoping to use this knowledge to evade the immediate swarm, even without a weapon. June's choice A, realizing their location is compromised, decides the only way to survive is to try to disable the tracking signal emanating from the data chip. He frantically examines the device, looking for any buttons, ports, or mechanisms that might allow him to shut it down and disrupt its signal, even as the transformed beings closed in. Damn complication. Nick's desperate burst hits the transformed technician in the chest, but instead of stopping him, it triggers a violent, uncontrolled surge of glowing fluid from his body. He roars in pain and releases another powerful psychic wave, even stronger than before, knocking Nick off his feet and sending his weapons skittering away. Mike, trying to follow a potential escape route on the holographic map, finds his path blocked by a collapsing section of the fused cityscape. June, while frantically trying to disable the data chip, accidentally activates another function, causing the holographic map to expand further, revealing even more enemy locations, but also highlighting a large unstable energy conduit near their position. This shit's fucked. Nick is now unarmed, reeling from the... Holy Jesus. Stop! Okay. Trying to read how fucked we are. Nick is now unarmed and reeling from the intensified psychic attack, the transformed technician closing in for the kill. Mike's attempted escape route is blocked, leaving him trapped between the collapsing debris and the approaching swarm. June has inadvertently revealed more enemy positions and highlighted a dangerous, unstable energy source nearby. The armored figure is completely overwhelmed and dragged down by the transformed beings. The figure in tactical gear is also overtaken. The young woman in the plug suit has fainted from terror. Your team faces its darkest hour.
What's her purpose? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's we're fucked. Like, what are we supposed... At this point, there's no good option. We are fucked.
Hey, we got...
Man, Mike, what kind of simulation is
this? Shit was rigged from the start. Fake news.
Yeah. At this point, let's choose what we want. So we just choose what we want to say. Let me see. So, Nick, what you want to do?
I guess I'm just sticking with A at this point. Fuck it. I'm gonna hold on as long as I can.
Nah, what you specifically want to do? Try to do.
What do you mean?
What you want to try to do? Like it is, like Dick.
I mean, I got nothing else to do. I can't escape. I mean, the fucking collapsing debris blocked this off. This son of a bitch is about trying to take me out. We're already all fucked as it is.
The plugged suit woman is just basically...
Oh, she's just useless. The bitch is crying the whole fucking time. Put a Glock in the bitch's hand. At least give her a chance to fight. Fuck.
Nah.
Let's see.
Let me see the options.
Like you low key like, oof. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm from the start, like
you gonna have to like, you gonna have to try to like, you ain't got no weapon.
you got no weapon either, and then the only weapon you do have is closing more enemies in on us.
Nah, I think I got a weapon. I think.
You think? You can't fight that swarm with that one though.
Nick, the other one got a weapon. He get fucked up. Yo, yo, what the fuck ever time weapons? Yo, let me see. The way he say, yeah, he was shooting me this.
Alrighty. Nick's choice A. Despite being unarmed and reeling from his psychic assault, remembers a last-ditch function on his modular rifle. Even without physically holding it, he attempts to remotely activate the weapon's highest energy setting, hoping a point-blank blast will be enough to neutralize the transform technician, even if it means severing a severe collateral damage. Mike chooses B. Mike, trapped by the collapsing debris and the approaching swarm, desperately tries to find another way out. He scans the immediate surroundings for any crawl spaces, hidden passages, or unstable structures he might be able to use to his advantage, even if it means a dangerous risk. June chooses C. Seeing the unstable energy... oh my god, what is wrong with me tonight? Seeing the unstable energy conduit as a potential game changer, decides to risk it all. He starts moving towards the highlighted location on a holographic map, hoping to interact with it in a way that could either destroy the approaching enemy or create a chaotic diversion for their escape, even if it means risking a catastrophic explosion. Damn complication. Nick's remote activation of his weapon works, but the blast is far more powerful and uncontrolled than he anticipated. It not only obliterates the transformed technician, but also tears a hole in the fabric of reality behind him. What the fuck? Creating a swirling vortex of unknown energy. Mike scrambles through a narrow gap in the collapsing debris, finds himself face to face with another even more grotesque transformed being that was lurking in the shadows. June reaches the unstable energy conduit, which is crackling with dangerous power as he gets close. The data chip in his hand begins to resonate violently with the conduit, emitting a high-pitched whine that attracts the attention of all the remaining transferred beings. Scenario 10. Nick has inadvertently created a dangerous dimensional rift behind him. How the fuck? Again, where's the logic in this scenario? None of this shit makes any goddamn sense. Mike is trapped and facing a new, more powerful transform enemy. June has activated an unstable energy conduit, drawing the entire swarm towards his location. The armored figure and the figure in tactical gear are overwhelmed. The young woman remains unconscious. This is ultimately a convergence of their desperate actions. Their choices have led them to this final chaotic moment. Nick, Mike, and June found themselves in a nightmarish fusion of realities, facing a growing horde of transformed beings. Their individual skills and preferences led them down a separate paths of attempting solutions. Nick, the tactical shooter, tried to hold the line. Mike, the anime enthusiast, sought the power of a damaged Evangelion. June, the Marvel fan, looked for the source of the incursion. Their attempts to activate the Evangelion led to the discovery of a transformed technician and a mysterious data chip. As the situation deteriorated, Nick resorted to lethal force. Mike sought information, and June tried to analyze the chip. Psychic attacks and tactical missteps led to further chaos. In their final moments, Nick remotely activated a devastating blast. Mike sought a hidden escape, and June gambled on an unstable energy conduit, inadvertently creating a dimensional rift, facing a new monster and drawing the entire swarm upon himself. Their fates hanging precariously in the balance as reality itself began to tear apart. Yeah, so shit just went sideways to where it's like no one won that one.
Yeah, it's like more of a cliffhanger with everybody. Like, I'm going with the I come to bargain.
Yeah, basically.
Powerful enemy because
Mike, I feel like you had the worst part of that one. Well, nah, I mean, all of them on me. Don't get me wrong. Like you said, you got a new transform nigga that was waiting. Like, damn.
I just say I'll come to bargain.
You ain't got no weapon. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I mean, I might have a lot of them on me and stuff. It's like, ooh, it's a lot. But it's like, you know, just think about it, which one would you prefer? Like, one, like, completely different one, you know what I'm saying, that's waiting for you. Or, like, all of them that's, like, converging on your location.
That swarm. Yeah, I'm not
You
chasing.
put with the first one.
Now that that rift or whatever. It's like, what the fuck? Like, how's it even? It got the more interesting one. Me, I'm face with down.
Nigga made a rift.
Paranormal creature fall. All I know.
Nigga made a rift behind the way, so they didn't even say, "Did you kill the nigga?" though?
You just open the portal, basically. Like, what the fuck?
You click
Again,
go
none of
in
this
there.
shit makes any fucking sense. When we were asking about games and whatnot, I was like, all right, we're doing Arma and some anime shit, so I'm expecting like some kind of gate nonsense. And instead, we got fucking Mass Effect on meth.
I was about to say we got a Mass Effect situation, like bad. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
It's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like.
Then come to find out I'm into another area which almost feels like solo leveling. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, it's so dude, yo.
New cave area facing a threat. I'm like, oh shit.
Hey, you better hope, man.
Come to bargain.
I thought you was like good and shit. It was like yo, I was like, I might probably gonna like make it past some rocks and be like good somewhere. You damn, it's like, can you crawl back?
Oh, back to the swarm? Hell no, man. I'll come to bargain with this threat.
Hey, at that point, you wonder if you can stay in between the rocks. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, nah, they might get through that and make that
Yeah.
tree might collapse me. Nah.
You just
Nah, you just got a swarm attacking you. Yeah, you're done.
it was shit, bro. Like it said the energy conduit. I ain't really done it yet. Like I activated any of the like swarming location or something like that, but I think I can like do some other crazy jump. I don't know, like, but it was, I don't know, like it's like that rift behind it, so it's like that rift low key is in the same area.
Yeah, they gonna have to. I don't know. Maybe it goes to like a new area. I hope that's the case.
Not for
Yeah,
nothing. What the fuck kind of energy weapon is ripping open the fabric of fucking reality? Like, I'm like, okay, so little history lesson for you lads. Once upon a time during the Cold War, one of our nuclear scientists kind of just saw the development of like nuclear weapons as like, hey, look, like we're gonna get to a point where it's not gonna matter. Like, okay, so we have a 5 kilo, kiloton bomb. They're gonna build a 10. We're gonna build a 15. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to develop a different kind of bomb. I'm going to develop a bomb that we don't even need to launch, a missile with. We just got to detonate it, it kills everybody. So this guy started researching the idea of a nuclear weapon so destructive that when detonating, it would have wiped out the entirety of the continental United States, basically vaporizing all of us, and then destroyed the ecosystem to such a way that the Russians, the Chinese, and everybody else would have just died a slow, painful death. Like, his idea was we were going to build this drastic nuclear weapon so destructive that he'd basically hold any conflict at halt with it. And naturally, most politicians saw that and said, no, that's a fucking stupid idea. Let's not do that shit. It's one thing we have nukes. We don't need a doomsday device. So, yeah, whoever... They must have hired the same guy that wanted to develop that nuke to make that goddamn gun.
That shit was like a Call of Duty level weapon from the box.
man, that's a Mass Effect weapon turned to damn Doom. Meanwhile, I'm having to make a bargain with a damn being from the Shadow Realm. I'm like,
You're gonna have to try to. Shit. Oh, that shit would be crazy. Like if that shit was like a continuation from the next time or some shit. Where our heroes left us last time, niggas in the shit. Yeah, no. Mike got to see what he gonna try to do in this situation. Well, you have to try to you better try to put that nigga inside of you like Kuruma.
hey man, let's want to borrow a little bit of power to
Yeah, where you gonna try to get down and try to stack him? You know what I'm saying? Oh, great one. No, that shit is crazy. But I'm gonna tweak it. I think on the next one, I'm gonna have uh actual commands and stuff. So and instead of it actually giving us what we want to do, we'll actually have to choose or say what we want to actually do this time, and then have it do it that way.
Okay.
Just to try to see how that'll be, just to try to see, because like, ain't gonna lie, like I don't know how. I don't remember how Nick's playthrough went, but Nick, did you actually have a good playthrough last time? As far as did you survive? Well, yeah,
I think
you
yeah, I think
survived.
it turned out good. Yeah.
Okay, so you actually did survive. Okay, so we just didn't survive this time. Damn, I was about to say like I thought it was like a low win rate or something like that.
Oh,
So
you
like,
chose a separate path. That's what kind of like diverged us into like a
nah, like hold up, wait a minute, now wait a minute, bro. That
sci-fi slash
whole
type shit.
Evangelion that both y'all chose about that robot
No, so
is
like
what
the robot was a shot in the dark, honestly, but the way the story progressed got so fucking weird that didn't make sense. Like, not for nothing, the
You got a
situation kind of
useless ally.
not even that. Like, there was this whole situation where basically the way it felt was, it's like you aim your gun, you're ready to fire. And then all of a sudden, a random midget comes out of fucking nowhere and punches you square in the balls. Like, where the fuck did that come from? Why is that relevant? How? How the fuck did we end up here?
like it was crazy. Like I slick want to add like some type of like element to it, to where it's like because a damn complication it makes it crazy. Like that shit is like
Nah, that thing just throws like what the fuck in there, like cause a damn transformed being like in the shadows. What the fuck?
jealous. You know, that was different.
That was different. I'm like, what the fuck?
But I mean, like some type of element where it's like it gives us some type of boost. Because in this one, we were like low key just regular. You feel me? Like nobody had no powers. You see, in Nick's playthrough or the last playthrough, he low key had powers. He just neglected using them.
What did he write that in the command, or did it give him that option?
Nah, that was just a low key to play through because it was like the alien sentience was like attaching itself to Nick, and Nick could use the power, but he was like, nah, he just wanted to like resist it, and that shit was mad at him.
Fuck that! I would use that power.
He said, like Nick was just trying to do the mission, and go back.
You go in, get
Uh,
the mission done, go the fuck home. That's what you gotta do.
And you gotta do it. They find out you're the abomination, and they try to kill you.
I'm gonna try to incorporate a lot of, and like I said, I really wanted to use a dice or whatever for one of them, but generally, with how I'm making one of them right now and stuff like that, that one's gonna be real fun. So it's just a little different from how this one is right now. Yeah, this one, like I said, we're definitely gonna try to input the actual commands in it next time to see how it really is. But that one, the next one, or the other one I'm making, haven't haven't made up a name for it just yet. But it's a little different, but it should be kind of like similar, or it should be kind of like I think it's more for questions per se. It's not necessarily like a like this one is like story based and stuff. That one's more for story. I mean, for questions or like interactive stuff
So
generally.
that
So
was a little bit meant for both, but it was good though. I mean, despite the ending. Shit.
no, yeah, it's definitely on some shit. Like, we just like damn, bro. Like 'cause now we gonna low key remember this shit, but low key because low key feel like we all died. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like if it ended right there, we all died. Like you could do the cutscenes for most of us. You could kind of say Nick potentially has a potential role because like the things behind him, but like it did say it was sucking stuff in. So I ain't gonna lie, like I don't know how you just accidentally not sucked in too. You know what I'm saying? Like
If it's like a black hole instance, then he did. I don't care.
how the hell his weapon just fucking fucking fabricate reality and shit, nigga? You got like a Thanos gun. That weapon must have been so strong. You was really bullshitting the whole time.
Someone just like Said, let's just forget about this gun. Then Nick chose to like pick it out of nowhere.
That shit went from 1 to 5 to 3 million damage level. Like no in between.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, bro. Yeah.
I mean, I mentioned it between him and mine. Like, 'cause I was like, transform being. What the fuck is that?
Man, so either way, But either way, guys, that was definitely a good podcast. You got anything to say to people, guys?
Nothing much other than if you are excited to see the new Doom Dark Ages, come on over my channel, Nick Mal. Nick Mal streaming on Twitch and Nick Malgram on Instagram. Soon to be technical difficulties, TECHNICKAL, and I'll see you guys on over there.
And Mike.
Of course, as always, if you're interested in meal plans, it's meal plans, calorie deficit, shredded to surplus meals. Feel free to message me about page my channel, Drive Fitness Lifestyle, Instagram, Facebook, and of course on TikTok. Until then, see you guys next time.
And this is AC Slater. Follow us on Instagram, X That Damn Podcast. That is XTHATDAMPODCAST. And follow us on YouTube, That Damn Pod. Follow us also. We're also on TikTok as well too. Go ahead and give us a follow, a like, share our video as well too. Drop a comment as well too. We're very interactive as well too. And go to our Discord. That Damn Empire links will be posted very, very soon. Invite your friends. Come join our Thursday podcast. But other than that, we'll see you next Tuesday when we go on video again and we kick it off. Other than that, guys, have a great weekend and we'll see you then.
Have a good night, guys.